build the chastise.
Alright guys, tonton dan puan-puan, perlawanan pertama Grand Final bagi division wanita. Malaysia menentang Filipina. Sama-sama kita saksikan perlawanan pertama di
Malaysia
Game
going
of
up
Thrones.
against Team Philippines. Welcome to the third SEA Games.
Opening up on broken walls.
Hopefully
The relatively
Division
chunky
wanita
lineup from a team of Malaysia.
ada hasil untuk emas guys. Mudah-mudahan. Amin.
I correct myself. It's dangerous grass. That's right. The only one time that they played was against Myanmar.
Ada pick
So now it looks like in the mid lane, Team Malaysia putting a lot of
yang
pressure
lama kita
onto
tengok guys,
Morris,
Melissa.
taking quite a lot of damage. Anis as well as Alia are trying to deny some of the farm, but Vivero as well as Alpuerto is there,
Kenapa gambar
making
pecah?
sure that Morris has no
Sorry, gang.
problem getting the farm. And now this early 3v3 for this little wonder.
That
Alright, retribution baik.
came
Lina
out of
dah boleh
nowhere and
nampak
came
kan?
pretty quick. I wonder how Team Philippines will be putting farm on both Perez and Alpuerto. Very rarely do we see now lineups with multiple sources of burst damage in the late game. How will they find the space to do that since Team Malaysia is expected to really gain control of the map early on?
Yeah, I feel like with this kind of lineup, you need some kind of early advantage. So I think that's the idea with the Boxia as well as the Selena. Because on paper, it should be an easy engage where the Boxia rolls in, gets a stun, Selena follows up with the arrow and then full combos on it. And then you try to slow down Team Malaysia, slow it down enough so that both Perez as well as Alpuerto both are able to get that farm. Speaking of, looking at the goal lane, it does look like Perez is having a favorable matchup going up against Queenie, especially with that war cry. Probably easy to proc when your opponent is just far away, so not really punishing you out.
That's right. Very rarely now do we see basic
Turtle muncul dah nampak sangat lagi.
centric heroes. Because even in the gold lane, right, you have Harith and Granger. They don't really basic attack.
Arya.
Alia
Betul lah,
in trouble
sibuk.
here. Forced to use that revitalize, respecting the trap set down by Amores. And
And
again, aggression coming in from Team Philippines.
Yep, that's what you want to see. The Boxia just roll in, follow up with the Selena arrow and then full combo. If it wasn't for that revitalize, Alia would have been taken down. And now Team Philippines, they're the one aggressing.
Kena duk. ABC hero duk. Alamak, first blood dia dapat kan.
Afrina taken out. First blood drawn by Team
Tak masuk. Okay, Shanshin mati. Siapa dapat turtle? Siapa dapat turtle? Alright, baik. Farisha dapat turtle. AOG digunakan.
Alpuerto is off the map, so is Vivero. They might go for an invade, but without the Fredrin and with Alpuerto on their way back, Team Malaysia happy with the win.
Yeah, this is Team Malaysia
Dua balas satu,
utilizing
turtle
the
juga
draft
dapat.
very well because
Baik
this
ni,
is a
guys.
very fight-heavy, combo-ish kind of draft where you have multiple ways to achieve a stun onto the members of Team Philippines, and then you want Farisha to be there. You want this Arla to always be around. Speaking of, having a good time going up against Diagon on the EXP lane, winning up against this Uranus. So for Team Philippines, they got to be aware of this. Once someone gets locked down, that lockdown won't stop. It will just keep on continuing until this Arla gets a kill.
Which is a perilous balance, given that there's no Purify from Team Philippines. There is a somewhat cleanse when Alberto uses Traceless, but that's our only resource. And that's mainly how teams fight Yushin anyways. Once you wait for that Traceless, and maybe the Turtle Boat, that's the only other way she can interact with you besides damage. You're fine. And that is what Malaysia is watching out for. Team Philippines is going to be thankful that across all the lanes, maybe gold is the one that's safest.
And I feel like the goal lane is going to be very important here because
Hey!
Perez has to use that go away. Hold on. Speaking of,
AOG.
Queenie gets caught, forces out the AOG from Alia to make sure that no further
Engine
engage
dah
onto
dibuka.
Queenie. As I was saying, the go away from Perez is going to be very important to stop the engagement from
Purify
Malaysia.
digunakan oleh Ani. Ani dah tak ada first skill. Ada Mountain Shocker. Nampak gayanya Ani bakal ditumbangkan. Kat sini ada ikat yang digunakan. Alamak, Queen mati.
But 1 HP, Perez takes down Queenie, even underneath that tier 1.
Yeah, it looks like fights across the board here. Down the bottom, it looks like Afrina made sure that Farisha able to secure another kill going up against Diagon, but Team Philippines understood that their win condition is going to be Perez, so 4 members going up top. Team Malaysia and Team Philippines starting things out 3-3, but now it looks like Team Malaysia is first I've seen on this hurdle. Does not look like Alpuerto is going to be
masuk jungle musuh kan.
Team Malaysia will take this temporary and I'd say faster but long-term payoff objective, while Team Philippines happy with the turret up top.
Yeah, permanent damage there. Team Malaysia, they also got to figure out a way how to get onto Perez, because looking at their lineup, it's only really Queenie as well as Aaliyah able to get there. Vivero
Zero kena.
is forward.
AOG
Amor
budak
is
dia.
there.
Hanya
At the
terkena
back
pada
line,
Bazia.
Aaliyah goes in with the
Ultimate pun dah
AOG. Perez
dibuka.
is all alone. Alpuerto is there
Oleh
trying to
marksman
give
Filipin.
backup. Looks like Aaliyah, Queenie, and Honeys has to stop the engage. Good defense by Team Philippines.
Given the back and forth, the push and pull, Team Philippines are able to give space once again to the EXP lane. This one's once a hot lane, and with the two turrets that, two turtles that Team Malaysia got, it's for the first time in 5 minutes that XP lane was able to breathe. So we're seeing a push and pull, a lot of space once more for Perez. I'm surprised that it's the Melissa that's actually winning the lane and winning the game for Team Philippines now rather than later.
Yep. And I do have to say, with this kind of pace, it's actually better for Team Philippines, considering that they have double marksman here with the Yisun Shin, as well as the Melissa. Team Malaysia, they're not fighting, despite them having a very heavy fighting kind of composition. So they're doing quite well, but this is basically in the favor of Team Philippines. They also don't want to fight.
Yep, if this pace continues for what, 4 or 5 minutes more, Team Philippines will reach critical mass. Item check here, Hunter's Strike for Alpuerto on her way to a War Axe. Compare that to the relatively low impact economy on Afrina, given she is a tank
Golin
jungler.
tak jauh beza ke?
Most
Cuma
of the money
objektif
is on
kalah satu
Tarisha.
tahu.
On paper, if you keep farming up on
Nampak
Arlot,
dua.
that's laned up against a Uranus, that's not a very good late game plan.
Yep, so this is going to be the final turtle here. Looks like both Team Malaysia as well as Team Philippines, they're all set here. Diagon taking quite a lot of damage.
Ultimate
Vivero
Cici,
still
AOG
being in
digunakan.
the front there. AOG hits onto Diagon. Amores jumps
Itu
in, has to
digunakan oleh
flicker
Selena, final slash
out.
cantik.
Team Malaysia, they keep
Marksman
on
down, baik,
fighting.
udah.
Ani secures the kill onto Perez. And looks like the start from Amores is
Baik.
going to get one, but still Frisha gets the killing spree.
Down.
All the while, Puerto
Ini
and Amores
turtle ni
has
bakal
to
jadi perfect
escape.
turtle untuk Malaysia dapatkan
Diagon is
OJT
there,
atas duk.
still healing up.
Seorang pergi
But
defend
all
bawah.
members of Team Malaysia is there. Looks like Team Malaysia might try to go for this Uranus or at
Bonus
least get
Halki.
the turret.
Impressive work for Team
Okay, dapatkan
Malaysia.
tahu.
Commendable discipline
Bawah,
on
bawah, bawah,
Felicia.
bawah. Okay, bawah.
I don't think Diago is long for the world here.
Okay, bunuh dah. Pergi mid.
Diagon goes down after the push. Farisha was the key to
Bawah
winning that
dapat
fight.
clear.
She waited for the
Mid
go
pun boleh
away
clear.
to expire.
Winning guys
and then
ni.
hit
Sumpah
Perez
boleh
with
tu guys.
the
Malaysia
with
boleh
the,
emas duk.
final
Sumpah,
flash.
sumpah,
It
sumpah.
looked like an I'm offended. It
Yeah.
really looked like she pulled her from out of there with a scythe, but that's what compromised Team Philippines' formation, and that's what won them the fight.
Yeah, this is what Team Malaysia has to keep on doing, which is forcing fights. Because eventually, this is a competition where you do clump up, and when you do clump up, it really helps out Melissa. Melissa's going to spread all the love and all the damage to everyone, and that's not going to help Team Malaysia there until, like you said, there are members, 2 members from Team Malaysia that can build that Chastise Pauldron, and maybe eventually the Blade Armor as well. We'll see how effective that is to go up against this Melissa, which does have that Inspire.
Alpuerto, Mount Shocker, helping confirm a kill. They do know where Farisha is. I think the Philippines should be all the wiser to respect the Arlet. Massive push up top though. Queenie left alone.
Yep. No pressure there
Queenie free.
yet. Queenie might even get this turret for free because even Farisha is trying to stop that Yisun Shin. The Yisun Shin now is rotating towards top, but Queenie is doing a massive amount of damage. Alpuerto is there, having to use the
Dapat, okay,
retribution.
nice.
Looks like
Ay,
Queenie still
kenapa
gets it,
arrow
but
dia kena?
the arrow hits onto Queenie.
Ultimate
Queenie
digunakan
now
oleh
using the
Queenie. Lari
vengeance.
Queenie.
Try to heal up with the yo-yos.
Ui, nasib
And
tak
looks
kena.
like
Oi.
it's able to survive.
Massive blunder by Team Philippines. Back-to-back wasted rotation for that mid laner and jungler. Plus they
Dapat.
failed to protect the turret. I understand where Team Philippines is coming from. Again, they're panicking. There's so much happening across different lanes, coast to coast. They can only do so much. So besides, focusing on stopping the bleeding, Team Philippines has to also get farm effectively on Perez and Alpuerto.
Zero,
Fortunately, they only died once each. They
Yeah.
can't let that happen
Masuk.
again.
Looks like
Rano
engaged
ulti,
coming in
Cici
from
dah
Team
gunakan ulti,
Malaysia,
cantik.
finds Vivero.
Cantik.
Afrina gets a
AOG
kill.
digunakan,
And now
mencari marksman, marksman dah kena
AOG
zoning.
doesn't hit onto anyone. All the way back is Perez and Diagon.
Banyak
Afrina
elo,
though taking
fighting
a lot
dulu.
of damage. Hannes is trying
Terus
to
Aero
fly
kena
back
lagi
on
dekat
Diagon
Rina.
all the way to the front, able to escape death so far. Morris trying to go for a flank, gets onto
baik.
Alia jumps back in for the
Baik.
mega kill. Alpuerto has to get away. Perez is still free hitting, gets a kill onto Alia. Queenie is there trying to force out Perez and Alpuerto away from
digunakan.
the Lord.
3 pasukan
But now
Filipina
Team Malaysia,
ditumbangkan,
they have to be
hanya
careful
trade
as well.
dengan
They are
Arya.
relatively
Jadi
low
ini
HP
satu
except for Queenie.
2 for 3.
perang yang
Massive
berbaloi
win
sebenarnya
here
untuk
for
pasukan
Team
Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Lot telah pun reset kembali.
It was difficult for Team Philippines to find a trade like that. If anything, they failed to even take down Afrina. It was just a
Ini
1
kena
for
hati-hati
3.
duk.
So a long haul trade like that, I think Perez is still short of 1 or 2
Ultimate
items.
dibuka.
She's not dealing the kind of burst I think Team Philippines needs.
Wajia pun dah buka
Yeah, right now
ulti.
they don't have lockdown as well until Morris actually hits the abyssal arrow. Because you got to stop Queenie, Farisha as well as Hanis, but it is going to be a bit tricky. So yeah, it looks like Team Philippines with the draft that they have, they just gotta
Gas dah lot ni, tarik lagi.
gotta make sure that they
3000
protect
gold
their
sekarang.
Spears can heal the
9 balas
damage.
4.
You just need that protection because you can see Team Malaysia, basically every single member, even the Kimi, can just barge in.
Yep. Dons has been initiated here.
Lot reset
Slight
lagi.
pull towards Team Malaysia's side. Team Philippines waiting on Alpuerto to finish off her orange. They can take their time. Alpuerto still holding on to her Mount Shocker to check in where the members of Team Malaysia are. It's a safe 3,000 gold between these two teams. And the map still get taken care of. No real advantage just yet. It's just huge turrets gained and taken by Team Malaysia up top. Afrina gets knocked up. Arrow thrown out. No one
Selena
home.
mati ni.
Yep,
Lina flicker. Okay, lot reset. Lina low.
Looks
Reset
like the
dulu.
Lord will be resetted. Afrina, a lot of HP has been taken down. She has to heal up. Team Philippines, they're trying their very best to delay Team Malaysia from taking this Lord away. And it's a good idea because the Lord does do true damage. So as much as Team Malaysia are building up those defense items, this Lord is going to hurt. Hanes got hit.
Oh, look at Queenie and Perez. Perez throws out that doll. Able to spot out Queenie. Not going to happen. Close call. If Perez walked in there, would have been disastrous.
Yep, so far Anis does keep getting hit. Hold on, Afrina jumps in.
Dah masuk.
Alia goes
Ui, final
all the way
strike
to the
baik.
back.
Wah!
Good traction pulse coming in from
Mahal.
Anis. Gets a kill onto Perez and double
Kill
kill.
gila.
Viveros
Ini
unable
MVP
to get
Farisha
away.
bodoh,
Alia
guys.
Making sure that Team
Keren,
Philippines can
siau.
go back in. Staying in the frame. Good, unbreakable.
Rata kat sini.
Unstoppable for Farisha. And
Flicker digunakan
Adiaga
Uranus.
is
Lot
the
free kat
last from
sini.
Team Philippines.
Wah, GG
Alia
gila.
still survives. The unbreakable allowing Team Malaysia to
Ulti
follow up.
flicker
And
daripada
now Team
Farisha.
Malaysia grabs
Menggunakan
the
arm
Lord.
buat.
That's a 4 for none. Team Philippines, this draft may have been way too fragile of a damage profile. It's literally all on Amores, or rather all on Alpuerto, all on Perez. Amores isn't really even burst anymore. All she needs to do is find traps, find arrows, and that's what set it up. But that's too fragile, that's too specific.
And a lot of setup here for Farisha. Every single member of Team Malaysia have some sort of stun, so she can vengeance endlessly, dashing here and there. So it makes it all the more difficult for Team Philippines to really stop this Arlet. And considering that the damage coming in from Anis is a bit too strong, even the traction pulse, there's way too much damage onto Perez.
Perez is getting overloaded. Alpuerto, I don't think she's even there yet. Alpuerto may just barely have 3 items. It wasn't the chastised pauldron that was the real threat. It was just the sheer amount of threats coming in from Team
Pertama
Malaysia.
guys
The
mengetuk
bodies,
pintu masuk
the crowd
Filipina.
control. Lord
Turret
crashing
bahagian
in the top
atas.
lane. Vivero doing her
Boleh
darndest to
dapat
clear.
atas.
Team
Mid boleh
Philippines
dapat ni.
accept the fact
Finish
that they're
boleh
losing
dapatkan
that
mid.
top lane inhibitor.
Yeah, and it looks like mid
Okay,
almost
lot
got
masuk.
taken down by Queenie. They
Bawah,
might
bawah,
want to try to
bawah,
get
bawah.
bottom here, considering that the bottom wave has just
Bisa arrow.
arrived. Looks like the Abyssal Arrow doesn't hit onto anyone. Team Philippines is able to defend their base, but one inhibitor has been taken by Team Malaysia.
Team Malaysia going to start choking Team Philippines out of resources. Even the purple buff here is about to get taken out. Served up to Hanis. Oh, they're taking their time. Focus on the turret first. Permanent damage dealt to the base of Team
Lane dah boleh
Philippines.
fokus.
All they have left is that crystal.
Yep. Team Philippines
Shocker.
at this point, Pareto as well as Perez should do a
Distribution
lot of
digunakan oleh
damage. As you
Rina.
can see here, Ali and Frina taking quite a lot.
Dia
Free
dah guna
misses
ulti.
the final slash. This should be a disengage coming in from Team
nice kiting
Malaysia.
ke
Looks like
belakang.
Team
Arya
Philippines,
kena arrow.
they still want to engage just a little bit. Amor is dealing quite a bit of damage
Kurang
onto
function dah,
Aliyah.
guys. Selena
We're
ni
able to get away. Perez now
arrow dia
with the
kalau tak ada
Malefic
follow up
gun.
habis.
The added range. Hold on, Team Malaysia, they might want to force this out still.
Whoa, there was a minion that came through.
Final slash.
And it
Uranus
might
yang dicari.
actually
Uranus tak boleh
be
gerak.
the
Uranus
benefit
menggunakan
of
flicker
Team
melarikan
Malaysia.
diri.
Diago survives. The damage coming in.
Dia telah
Very low
dibuka.
the front line of Team Malaysia. Perez in the middle
AOG
of it all.
digunakan
Once
Uranus dia
again,
ditumbangkan.
taken down. The
Marksman
Abrasive
down.
Rat serves
Double
up a
kill dia dapat
to
kali
Queenie.
Rina.
Rivera falls. So does Diagon.
Baik gila
And
guys.
they're in the base. Once again, the same rope-a-dope. Team Malaysia
Arya fokus.
looking to
Pecah
end
motor.
and take game 1.
Let's go. Boleh end. Sabar.
They're able to get Al Puerto.
Mahal.
gets pulled in.
Shut down.
Team Malaysia. Al
Alamak.
Puerto able to get that shutdown.
Alamak.
And now I don't know whether they can end this or not.
Orang dulu kat sini.
Amor is taking quite a bit of damage from
Orang
Anis.
lu.
And Al Puerto gets targeted. Farisha
Farisha.
dives back.
Motor pecah.
Looks like is
Crystal
gonna
beri
die
fokus.
there. Team
Final
Malaysia.
slash tak kena.
They
Dapat
really
Crystal.
should try to
Alhamdulillah.
end game
Tuan-tuan
now.
dan
Looks
puan-puan.
like the first
Game
point
pertama
for Malaysia.
dimenangkan oleh Malaysia.
Could have gone either way. But at the end of the day, if waves are crashing
Yes.
from each lane,
Congratulations Malaysia untuk game yang pertama. Kita saksikan game kedua sebentar saja lagi guys.
the take
Let's
the
go.
dub.
Bila guys langkah kanan. Alhamdulillah. Jangan lupa like, comment, share bagi pendapat korang pasal game pertama.
I would say
Yang paling penting jangan lupa subscribe. Video ni juga ada second match. Let's go.
where